It's cheaper than therapy.
Yep. All right, everybody, welcome back. Another season. Actually, we never finished the first one, but this is Money, Marriage, Magic. COVID halted us. Now we're back. My name is Zach Gittler, and who are you?
I'm Jess Gittler.
Yes, we are the two that began Money, Marriage, Magic, 2 years ago?
I don't even know. I don't know.
2 years ago, I think, pre-COVID, COVID hit and it halted. Hit and halted.
Like many things.
Yes, and now we're back. And we are back because we want to bring you guys knowledge, help, advice, but we want to hear also from you always on any kind of platform that we're on. Message us or comment on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, anything across any platform that we're on. We always like to hear from you, our guests, our viewers, on what you think of us, and we want to provide you as much value as we can.
We want to bring you the realness. Like, we're going to flip the switch a little bit this season of life, let's call it, where we're going to bring you a little bit more realness. Like, don't get me wrong, we were real before, but I told Zach, I want to rip off the Band-Aid.
Yes.
I want it to be, not gruely or
hey, what have we got to lose?
Or you know what I mean? We're real people. We have a real life. Nothing is fake around here. We want to bring you our true, honest, real selves.
Yeah, we just like to have conversations. The reason why we started this in the first place was I used to have a podcast with a buddy, and I just saw how much value it brought me just having a conversation for 30 minutes with someone, girl, boy, significant other, whatever it may be. It's just I found value there, so then I convinced Jess to do it. And
he didn't. No,
and now we're here.
Hold up, you didn't have to convince me. I was on the podcast with y'all one night, and I was like, oh my God. This is therapy. And hence one of our taglines that it's cheaper than therapy. And it is. And we have been, honest to God, we have been talking about this. We've been talking about this for
since we stopped
long.
it.
It's actually kind of pathetic.
Since we stopped
I'm not
it.
going to lie. It's actually kind of pathetic.
Yes.
We would talk about it and we would talk about it. And then Zach would be like, well, where are we going to do it in the house now? And things are different. And I was like, honestly, babe, you're just thinking about it too much. We just need to rip that Band-Aid off again and do it. I'm we're wasting our time. What are we doing? Let's just do it. So with a lot of bickering.
Yeah, I saw something today.
Here we are.
99% of the people don't just do it. Just don't worry about how you do it. Just do it. And once you start doing it, you're now in the 1 percentile.
Look at that. Look who's calling.
Who?
It's my dad. It's he has this sixth sense every single time when I'm doing something. He never calls
All right,
me,
Dave,
but when he does,
you're on it. You're on the podcast,
you will be on
Dave.
the podcast next time.
As you start yours, as barbecue Dave. Is
that crazy?
Yeah, it
Always,
is.
every time.
It is. You're going to see everything on this podcast, everything you can imagine, no holds barred, whatever it may be. Yes,
we want to bring on
sure.
Our friends who are knowledgeable in different areas and have different kind of lifestyles. We want to bring on people who have knowledge on certain things.
Even think people that can't talk, like our pets. You might see some cats. You might see a chicken.
Okay, so the reality is, y'all, this is the room that we have that is the
unused room.
The unused room, and now it is the used room. So if you ever come to our house and you walk through our front door,
welcome to the podcast room.
You see the podcast room.
All right, on that note, you guys, we appreciate all y'all. We appreciate everything you do for us, and we just want to get into it.
Let's have a nice big cheers to get back into it.
We like grapefruit juice.
We grapefruit. Grapes that are fruit.
Grapes that are fruit.
All right.
Yes. We love red wine. We love... I think red wine over white wine all day long.
Yeah. I love a mimosa. I love a good bubbly. I love rosé. My brain doesn't love rosé. Zach can't drink white wine, but we love red wine. We love good food.
No mas.
We love traveling.
Tequila and red wine.
And here we go.
All right.
Money, Marriage, Magic.
Let's just jump into it. First category we're going to talk about is a little bit sexual. So it's just sex and marriage.
We're just not wasting any time.
Sex and marriage, maybe how to manage it, how to do it better. Woo! We're not saying we do it perfect at all, at any means. We just we've had many conversations throughout. We try to be as open as we can with each other.
Let's just start off with saying, how long have you been married for?
15 or 16?
No.
14?
It's 14.
14?
It'll be typical.
14.
It'll be 15 years.
Yeah.
Did
I say 15 or 16?
15 or 16.
God, I had to like backtrack. It feels like our 10-year anniversary was yesterday.
Okay,
this is the thing.
Put you on the spot.
No, it feels like our 10-year anniversary was like yesterday because I can remember it. So, and it was an amazing time. So we had a great party at our house. So yes,
I mean,
14 years, 15 years this October 23rd.
Yes. Fun fact for what year was that? That would have been our 13th year. I had COVID for our anniversary. I was locked in the bedroom upstairs.
Yes.
I was in there for 14 days.
Yes, I slept in a separate bedroom.
It was like the beginning of all beginnings of COVID.
I followed all the rules with COVID.
Nobody wanted anybody to get it.
If you know me, I don't follow the rules.
Like, y'all, it was batshit crazy.
Yes. Okay, Jess, how's your sex life?
My sex life, I would say for a 14-year marriage, is fantastic.
Okay, it's good. It's fantastic. It's good. Okay.
Good and fantastic are two different words.
Okay, so I'll ask you a question.
Okay.
What what is like a sign or things that make a healthy sex life in a marriage?
Well, I think communication is probably number one.
Yes.
For sure.
I mean, I'm looking at a piece of paper because I had some notes. I'm not saying this is the end all of all, whatever that saying is, because I'm not good at saying.
Listen,
but
okay,
yes.
I'm going to be straight up honest with you guys. As you get older as a woman, I am 42.
So look at, she had to think about her age, I think about the anniversary.
Nah,
come on, what's? Come on, come on.
So
come on.
I'll be 43 this year in November. Okay. And if you're anywhere approaching your 40s, or you're in your 40s, or you're older than your 40s, you know that a woman's body goes through, I think, a lot more than a man's body goes through. Hormonal change, physical change, actual like things that you don't know were going to happen to you change. Like it's. So to deal with that and also deal with sex and being able to enjoy sex and want sex and like sex and crave sex and talk about it at the same time, it's a big.
Yes, so communication.
It's a big deal.
That was one. Okay.
Yeah.
Anything else that makes a healthy sex life in a marriage?
Having it.
Having it, yeah.
I mean,
yeah. I mean, yes.
If you don't have
I will say yes. I will say yes. I will say if we were playing Family Feud and there was like 7 questions or 7 answers you can make, that yes. Okay. Anything else that jumps in?
What about you?
I'm just
what
going
on. You?
I'm deep in lists. I'm deep in lists. Communication is number 1.
Yeah.
Communication number 1.
Duh,
Communication number 1. So the list, all the research that we do, whether we talk to each other or somewhere else, the ones that we came across or I came across. So part of what makes a healthy sex life is acceptance of each other's flaws and quirks. So just accepting someone for who they are and not who you thought they might be or who you wish they would have became. I mean, you kind of grow together, so you got to remember that one. And when you meet 20 years prior or 15 years prior,
you're different. Things change.
You're different. If you don't grow together, you separate together. I think
that's been like Zach's biggest tagline lately, and I do love it. Would you say if you don't grow together, you don't stay together? I think that's what you said.
It's something like you know what I mean, but I truly believe in that. And again, that's I just do. I'm very strong with that one. Other elements that play physical attraction. You have to be attracted to the person. You have to be attracted. It's a no-brainer.
So what do you think? Like, what if you're physically attracted to somebody when you first meet them? Obviously you are, because that's probably the first. You're either physically, mentally, or emotionally attracted to somebody, but like you can lose that. You can
definitely lose that. If it's physical, then you'd have to backtrack of when you met. Well, if it was a fully physical, how did someone look?
Physical meaning just upon the way somebody looks.
Yeah, physical. I mean, it could be body part. It could be physical, it could be whatever. But I think when two people meet, we can all agree that, 15 years down the road, you look different, whether it be worse or better, whatever you're doing, it could be different. But
gravity,
acceptance, once you meet someone, I think is key. And if you don't accept them as you grow or you don't grow together, you will grow apart.
True.
I
agree with that. Okay, give me more.
You have to have love for each other. You might lose. And these are all things that can be lost, too. Physical attraction, love for each other.
You can get it back.
That's correct. You can get it back. But how do you get it back?
Communication.
Okay, but communication was one of the ones you needed. So now you lost that. How do you get communication back?
Work. Well, communication is always king. It's always king and it's always queen. If you don't communicate with each other, there's no chance. As far as I'm concerned. Like,
yeah.
I've learned in our 14 years that the minute I lose any kind of communication, or we both start like doing our own things, right? Like life gets busy and you start doing you and I start doing me, and I'll be like, whoa, hold on. I'm like, don't even like you for some dumb reason. And I don't know why I don't like you. And it's because I'm not talking to you. It's because I'm not actually sitting down and being like, hey, this is bothering me. This is weighing on my shoulders. I'm just sitting there and it's like working its way through my head. But then when I finally sit down and spill it out to you, it's like, oh my God, why did I say that like a million years ago? Like,
is there
we
like,
could have saved ourselves.
Is there two kind of categories? This only going off of me and Jess is like, one, the communication. When you spill your guts and say something to me, you have one feeling, and whatever that being, like, what is it, like the dopamine or the euphoria or the feeling of like, oh my gosh, or if you go to the therapist, like you just feel like I got a weight lift off in some way. When I think you have sex, I think you get that same feeling in a way.
Well, there is actual proof that sex releases
dopamine or
endorphins.
Endorphins,
and then it's like a feeling thing. Like, I mean, I will tell you, I have had sex with you. Like, I've been in like I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a liar, and I'm not a good liar. So I've been like, I feel like a man is always, without a doubt, not all the time, because I do know some friends who are different, but men are definitely more high level sexual than women are, especially as we age. And I think
from your experience, and that experience
I think
is
that's probably proven
me.
You, but I think that I'm not having sex with anybody else. I think, but if you like look at surveys and stuff, like that's pretty proven, right? And there's times where I'm like, I just don't want to. I'll be perfectly honest. And I've told you that. I'm like, I don't want to. I'm not in the mood. And I just don't. But however, when I have been like, instead of being like, no, I don't want to, I'm just like, okay.
No, and there's data out there, full on.
And I'm not saying this in a bad way. I'm saying this in the absolute best way. Where I'm like, get over yourself, Jess. Like,
no, there's people. There's people who will back you up if even one way or the other, girl or boy, doesn't even matter who it is. I was like, if you're not in the mood, just to do it in a way or to communicate for that.
So how do you rile yourself up to do it? Like. Don't look at me like that. Oh, I'm gonna make you blush.
For me personally,
I'm gonna make you blush. This
for
is
me
like hot
personally, I don't
right
have
now.
to.
You don't have to.
No.
But sometimes as a woman, so I'm like, what? Do I go and like rub myself a little bit to get myself revved up? Oh wow, we're going right for it. Okay, whole new season. Holy shit. Like, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, it's either a mental or it's a physical, right? Like, you can either mentally get yourself prepared and be like, all right, yeah, this is going to be great. This is going to be fun. I like this. I want to do this. Like, if you ask me, like, when I'm PMSing and you're like in the mood and I'm not, I'm like, hell no, go away. Don't look at me.
But that goes back to the communication, right? Though.
But I've said I've been, 40s are fun, y'all. 40s are fun. Not really.
Another part of this is knowing your partner too, knowing their physical, their how they act, in certain times. Like I'm a very observant person with you or a lot of people that, I know that, once you have your period, I'm like, I know days or times or cues of like, nope, there was a tone right there. I'm just going to I'm just going to stay clear for maybe a couple hours. I'll recheck in. Not sexual, like, but just in general.
I have literally told him, like, there has been days where I'm like, please, this is in your best interest. Please just stay away.
Yeah.
But I believe that, like, sex is crucial.
Yeah.
I think it's crucial to marriage. I agree. So how do you, if you don't have intimacy in your marriage or girlfriend, boyfriend, or whatever, how do you increase it? You gotta be politically correct right now.
I know.
Significant other.
Yeah.
Significant other.
Your other person.
Your other person.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
I'm cool with that. But you gotta be politically correct.
Yes. So how do you increase, like, I don't know, what are some tricks of the trade?
If you felt like you weren't getting enough love in the club, what would you do?
What I would do is, and again, you have to have the want. Because if you don't, then it will just come across like not truthful or not genuine, and that will be portrayed from whoever. I think if they know you really well, they'll know that it's just, you're not even, you have to be somewhat truthful. And if it doesn't work the first time or the first day or the first week, just keep at it. Just like anything, you have to put hard work in.
Like, what are you going to do? You just going to be like, walk around the corner naked, or are you going to be like set the mood, what are you going to do?
I was going to say, so I'm getting to that. So I think knowing your partner, I think knowing what they like, and little things can go a long way. Big things can go a long way too. It doesn't matter. But if they like to be cooked for, if your day to day is 9 to 5 and you come home the same day, you come home an hour early. You bring a flower. You pick flowers from the street that you live on. No money spent. There's ways, but I don't think the ways will happen unless you have the want to make those ways happen.
And you have to put forth effort. I think like when you stop putting forth effort, like, when you just become so self-absorbed sometimes, like poor me, when I like saw this thing today. Oh my gosh, I wish I would have written this down. This teacher gave every kid in the classroom a balloon and told them to write their name on it, right? And they threw them out in the hall. And then he told them to go and find their balloons. Nobody could find their balloon.
Wrote their name on them?
They wrote their name on the balloon.
They couldn't find the balloon.
Classroom. So they're in a classroom.
Because little kids just saw it as like
I don't know. No, it was like high school, I'm pretty sure, like middle school. They wrote their name on a balloon. They walked out of the class. Everybody threw their balloon in the hallway, okay? Then he said, all right, go find your balloon. Well, there was hundreds of balloons. Nobody could find their balloon. I'm getting
sorry.
You'll see that face a lot. I'm like, just wait, I'm not done. I'm like, so then he was like, okay, nobody could find their balloon. They're like, okay. He said, now pick up the first balloon you find and go give that balloon to that person. Well, boom.
Oh, like who do you
It happened right away. And it was like along the lines of like selfishness, right? If you're only looking out for you, you can't help anybody. But if you're looking out for everybody, you help everybody. I honestly, like, I don't open Facebook very often, and I opened Facebook and I read this and I was like, huh.
A lot of kids?
Wow.
Or little kids, you said? Or like hundreds of kids, you said?
I mean, it was a school and it was a big long hall. You're getting really into graphic details here.
I'm diving deep. I want to know everything.
But I'm just like, that is so cool. You know what I mean? Like, you can't
the gist of it was care about others and not just yourself, and maybe it won't be that stressful.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
I kind of like that.
Okay, I do.
Okay.
What other things can people do that worked for us, let's say, or that we've seen that can elevate if you've lost?
You've lost the love
and feeling.
I won't say it gets really bad. It's really bad. That's why I had to mimic it. What else can you do when you've lost? I mean, I don't know. I mean, for me, like, a date night is really, 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 really important.
That's maybe the
it's a
top tier for me,
from
it's doable. With kids, without kids, it's doable. And by date night, I think what we've seen from us personally is you don't need like the 4 o'clock to 10 o'clock. It could be literally an hour at Costco together that you already go to without your kids. It's just the weird switch. The switch up can do a lot. Yeah. Just a walk around your block. These are doable things. And I don't think it can just be done one time. I think you have to do it multiple times. Give it a week. And everything I say, I think is like, I always say, like exercising. Give it 30 days before you see something out of it.
I agree with that.
I don't think you should. I tried it. Didn't work. How long you try it? Yesterday. Didn't fucking work. I'm like, I don't believe in that. I'm like, no, you're not the right subject to test this on then. You won't be asked back, and we won't be giving you a free 2-night stay in Vegas, okay?
Oh my God. But I think like a little date night, and it can be as simple as this. Like I remember like a couple weeks ago, we were going to go on a date night and something fell apart and whatever. We're really blessed. Zach's mom lives with us, so we have help and we're blessed. Like, we truly are. However, like sometimes things happen and like life gets busy and things happen. And I was just like, well, we don't have to go out for a date night. Like, why don't we put Aria to bed? Why don't we play board games, light a fire, sit there and like have a date night here? And remember,
we did have a great time.
We had a great time.
But some people
need to get out and have a change of scenery.
You know, being in your house is like a fortress.
Sure.
And you want to escape. So if that's the case, you know, It all depends what kind of mood you're in. I think anybody can relate to that at that moment. If your kid's going to go down, and I mean, your brain can kick in too.
Kids are one thing, and they're all different ages, and it can affect you like immensely and be really hard.
You have to adapt to your surroundings. You know, you got to be an animal. You know, if you've lived there for 10 plus years, you got to be an animal and adapt to your surroundings. That's what it is. You know, and just this is where we are right now, and how do we make the best of it? But also, it's not that you have to make the best of it because it's pretty good.
Enlist a friend, a buddy, somebody. Like, listen, if I know my friends are going through hard times, like there's been times where I'm like, listen, you just need to come over and watch your kids for a couple hours so you can get out. Like, if that's what you need, I'm here for you. Because I don't, like, you get into a marriage because you like that person, right? Like, you fully like that person. You have attraction. You have the things. You don't get, I mean, I'm not saying 100%, but for most of it, you get married because, like, that's what you want to do. You know what I mean? Like, you want to be with that person. So even if those things go away, you can bring those things back, like you were saying, which.
What are your thoughts on this? So, and this is me personally, when I'm exercising regularly, I
feel happier.
I'm of course happier, but sex is different, but not different, but I mean, from your standpoint, I've seen when Jess is active on a daily basis, exercising, you're more
sexually
open.
Active.
Yeah, I think so. I would say from data wise, I'd say yes, 100%.
Really?
Because I think it's because it's about another like backlash, or not backlash, but like, you know, why men, women maybe don't want to have sex because they're not happy with their body. I mean, that's a legit thing. I think.
I'll be perfectly honest with you. Like, I'm a woman, and like when my period is coming, like, fuck off. Like,
you feel the sexiest you've ever felt.
Don't look at me. Don't, like, nothing. Like, just put me in a big old moo-moo and ship me out. Like, I just feel, ugh. You know what I mean? But I don't, like, as I get older, I think I'm getting better about my body because, like, I'm adjusting better. I think even though, like, it's more traumatizing, hell, I'm like, what the heck is this new thing? Where did this growth come from? What is this? What is this wrinkle? What is this lump? What is this? Should I be worried? Do I go to a doctor? Oh my God. You know what I mean? Like, all those things happen. But I have learned to, like, love working out for my mental health. And, you know, crucial.
I'd say that coming further, we're going to have a full on just exercise and mental health world because we love that more than anything.
We really do. But I do know that, like, when we have sex, I'm way better. Like, I am way better.
Well, just on a daily,
I'm happier. I feel like my bond with you, like, when I'm not, like, when we don't have sex, like, as often as, and I don't know what.
As often as she wants to. That's it.
But I'm not the boss. That's not, don't say that. That's not cool.
No. I mean, keep it.
We're a partnership.
Yes,
like
100%.
You know, I know a guy could probably have it 10 times a day, and a girl could have it maybe once or twice a week or like, I don't know. Everybody's different. So, like, don't listen to him. But I'm saying, like, you made me lose my train of thought now because I got all
exercise. I just believe that. It's a weird kind of thing if you pay attention to it. Like, let's say next time, if you're on that 30-day cleanse, if you're on that workout that I'm going to give it my all for 15 days, I don't know, really think about, like, throughout that 15 days, how you feel sexually or how much you have it or don't or whatever it may be.
But, okay, one thing you have to understand, I love what you're saying, but, like, a woman's hormones and the way that they shift and move, like, there are definitely times of the month where I'm way hornier. Where I'm like, yes, let's get it on. Like, you can brush past me and I'm like, ooh. And then there's times where I'm like, don't touch me.
Yes, do it the 15 days after,
like,
mid-period.
Like, if I could literally put a calendar out and be like, right here,
I know
touch me lots, right here, don't touch me.
I think
here,
I know it.
Look at me from across the room, and here, stay the fuck away. Like, I might chew your head.
I don't know it.
What I mean?
I don't know the counter, but again, going back to the social cues, they're called social cues. Like,
I guess.
I don't know. Like, I always ask her all the
that.
time, like, when she says something's going on, whatever, I'm like, well, what period I'm going to guess is, if I know, 4 days, ish, because, like, that would make sense. I'm very observant. But take on the social cues of someone, like if a woman, if period's about to come or it's during, I'm like, know what to do and how to do it. There's other ways because there's going to be benefit.
Wait, know what to do and how to do it? Do you mean like in other ways of having sex?
No,
or you mean,
no. I mean, if I took a social cue from you and we're like 3 days prior to period and you're PMSing, I'm not going to like go all in, but like I think payday would happen if you want to take it as payday, like you're gonna have sex. Let's say
payday
is sex. Let's say payday is sex. And let's say 3 days prior to the period is nothing. There's other things to do. There is doing something nice for her. There's going for a walk, cooking or whatever they like, whoever that is, whatever little teeny things. After the fact, it won't be unforgotten. And I think it's investment into the future of the week to come.
Can I don't know, what's your next topic on this and how much time do we have left? Because I have something that...
You got time.
All right. So I'll be honest with you. I don't always have to have an orgasm.
What?
I mean...
What? No, I'm kidding. I know.
Intimacy for me doesn't... Like, intimacy and sex and doing it are like 3 different things.
Doing it and doing it and doing it. What?
Doing it well. It's just like, okay, so I can still get all the satisfaction and everything I need out of it by just having your body near my body, feeling your heartbeat, feeling your warmth, just being intimate with you. Like, I know guys are different. I know, I'm pretty sure.
On a scale 1 to 10, 10 being super important, in a perfect world and you have everything you want, do you have an orgasm every time you have sex?
In a perfect world?
Yeah.
I mean, sure, why not?
Okay. It's your
Why
perfect
not?
world.
You know
Not
what I
sure,
mean?
but like, hell yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like, isn't that like if you're running a marathon, don't you always want to win? Like, or you want to get in the top 3, like you want the satisfaction. Yeah. Oh my God.
Who do you think,
who
do you think, are orgasms more important for a guy than a girl?
Absolutely for a dude.
Yeah, I agree. Is it easier for a guy to have an orgasm than it is for a girl?
I'm going to say yes.
I agree with that too.
Like, I don't know why. And
do you think that old guys want their significant other person to have
significant?
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Bring it back.
I don't know because I'm not a man and I can't speak for a man or a guy or a human who has a penis because a penis is a different thing.
Pinoso.
I would say if I had to venture a good guess, I would say that men are more for men than they are for the woman for the most part.
Oh, you mean like out for themselves?
Yeah.
Well, I don't think men. I don't have to try to have an orgasm. I mean, of course you do, but what I mean is like it's a lot easier for men to have it than women. I think so.
You will have an orgasm.
I think
so. What happens when you get old and it doesn't work like that?
You cross that problem when you get there. I don't talk about Bruno until I meet Bruno.
I mean, I think it's just like intimacy and having that connection at the end of the day.
Yes.
Like, forget about the orgasm. That's awesome because like you get the endorphins and all the blood and like the feeling, which like nobody can deny that's not like, that's an amazing thing. That is an amazing phenomenon that was created for the human body. You know what I mean? But I can still feel very, like my endorphins can still be really high.
You can feel orgasmic without having an orgasm?
Maybe. Maybe.
But again, your perfect world is you would have one. Every time.
Sure. I think everybody would. I mean, like,
unless you don't enjoy sex.
When you learn to, if you don't enjoy sex, there's a problem. You don't know how to orgasm. It's a problem. Yeah. Because if you learn,
I guess, yeah. Is there people, I don't know, is there a person out there that doesn't? And if that is the case, if a professional came into play, because we're not professionals, these are our views.
These are just our crazy, wild wine.
Would that be the answer? Like, a high majority of it could be because they don't know how to have an orgasm.
Well, not only that, it could be.
Is there someone that's never had an orgasm? Do you think? A lot of people that have had multiple times sex.
I never had an orgasm.
Until when?
This is kind of embarrassing.
What? Till you met me? Yeah, I know.
Yes, you were my orgasm king, Zach Gittler. You gave me all of the things.
It's true.
It's true.
Oh, I'm so happy, man.
You're the only one I've had sex with. I probably didn't have a sex orgasm. I could give myself one.
What other kind of orgasm is there?
Well,
Yes.
With somebody else
Yeah.
until a very long time. And yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah. I was quite a bit older. Like I couldn't figure out.
I'm trying to think when I lost my virginity if I had an orgasm or not. I must have, right?
Probably.
Right?
You were a boy who got to put your thing.
Yeah, but that's
in
different.
a
When you
hole,
were young,
and it moves
was
in
all
and
about
out.
the saying of I had sex. I did it. I don't think it was about like I had an orgasm.
Sorry, Mom.
What?
Dad,
Like
talk about this.
like parents don't
My
know
mom
this.
was like,
we have children.
She's like, I've watched you guys. You're really good. I'm like, yeah, until we started talking about sex and what.
I talk about this with your mom anyway.
I know. It's true. It's true.
I don't care.
I mean, so like, you don't like. This is going wild here, but you don't really.
But I guess what we
like,
talked
you
about.
don't know how to have sex. Sex is a learning. It's a learning thing.
It's a piece of
you
the.
still learn.
It's a piece of the
At
puzzle.
40-something years old,
Yeah.
I'm still learning to have the greatest sex of my life.
It's a piece of the puzzle, because as we said earlier, like when you're on your period, like a lot of women or people don't. Let's say if that's your choice not to or don't want to, uncomfortable. There's other things to do, which is a piece of the puzzle. So you don't always like you're saying. Go back to your point. You don't always have to have an orgasm in order to have a healthy sex life.
Feel fulfilled, like just to feel. I don't want to say content because that's the wrong word, but like to feel like there's different levels of satisfaction, satisfying. You know what I mean? Like
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
I don't always need to be a 10. Like, believe it or not, I don't always need a 10. Like, I love intimacy with you. Like.
So would you say you like buffets and you won't eat everything at them all the time, but you like maybe just today I'm good with this, meaning it might just be I need a hug for like 5 minutes, or today, you know what?
Oh yeah.
I'm wanting a hug. I'm wanting a note left by me, and maybe if you want to slap my butt, I'm okay with it tonight.
I mean, if you can read between the lines all the time, yes, that's exactly.
So
what
a buffet of intimacy.
Yes.
You're not going to take, you don't want it all at once sometimes.
Yes.
You might, it's very hard for the other person to read that sometimes. So buffet of intimacy.
Yes. And yes. I mean, I think women are more complex than men. Like,
yes.
Men, you do it, you have sex, you're great, you're happy, like you're fulfilled. I feel like, you know what I mean? Women, like, I want it all. I want to be cuddled at night, or maybe I don't because I'm too hot and I'm PMSing. Or maybe, God forbid, I'm coming to the stage in my life where I'm going through menopause. I'm like, don't fucking touch me. Like, I'm sweating and I don't want anybody near me. You know what I mean? Or maybe I'm super focused on something and I bend over and you like try to get it on with me. And I'm like, really?
I'm
Is
like,
it always
really?
so primal? Like, it's always
Really?
so, oh, I'm man, you woman, we fuck.
Yeah,
Like,
I think
just,
I think in the men world, I think that's not far off from a
like,
lot.
I know if I'm naked and you catch a glimpse and I ain't in the middle, I'm like, fuck, I better run fast. I better hide because he's coming to get me.
And she looks back, I'm on all fours galloping at her.
It's true. I mean, I'm sure you've all experienced different levels of this, but this makes it fun too,
And then you got the full moons. The full moons, this shit just grows. And I'm just hovering over, just like drooling. It's very odd.
Oh my God.
I think it's happened. Maybe it's a dream. Yeah. But again, going back to intimacy, sex,
What is intimacy?
supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, okay?
Intimacy.
Bring it back. It's one piece of the puzzle, It's not end of all, you must do yay or nay. It's finding out what your other person likes, what they dislike, and, diving deeper to getting to know that person. And that's what's going to build
it. It's also just remembering to do it in some way, shape, or form. Do you know what I mean? Like,
do it in all avenues, not just the sexual, or what, or just remembering as two people to do it.
Remembering,
because I can agree with both.
To like not forget about each other, and that like we are sexual human beings. Like, and everybody has needs, and some are higher than others, and like a hand job is a hand job.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
A blowjob is a blowjob. And sex is sex. Sending a semi-nudie photo to your significant other in the middle of the day so that they can just enjoy that and live in this like.
I have a real interesting question on that note. Okay. When you say a hand job's a hand job, like meaning, and this goes back to like, I am man, just do this and I'd be happy. You can agree. You brought it up. What if it's two women? Do you think that's a very tough relationship to have, because
satisfy each other.
If women are a lot more not needy, what I mean is what I say regardless, but like, you could want more in a lot of avenues of like, I need intimacy, I need this, I need that.
You think
but
that
and you're like, guys, just you do this.
Two girls, you think they don't have as much sex?
No. Do you think it's harder to
please each other?
Yeah.
Oh, probably.
Because if you're putting,
if
we just established what's different from a guy to a girl, from me to you, of what we've seen, if you now put two of you or two girls in a relationship, I would say,
okay,
unless one woman takes on, let's say,
hold on. So if you're both women and you both have the same likes and the same understandings, maybe it's easier. Maybe you can figure it out easier.
Correct.
And better.
That's what I mean. I've never thought about this. Yeah.
Because you get it. Like, you understand that you don't need all, like, it's not like this. Or maybe you need more rev it up. Or maybe you need more touchy-feely. Or maybe you don't. Or maybe you can communicate. I don't know. I don't know. But that's a very interesting question.
So if two girls are like, damn, you're needy. So that means the one saying it is like pretty needy, but like you're extra needy.
But the thing is, we're all humans and we're all different. So I think it doesn't matter if you're female or if you're male or if you are in between. I don't think it matters. I think it's just two different people living two different lives.
Needy might be the wrong word.
Yeah,
it's like,
needy's probably the wrong word.
I think the right word I would use is like, I would like. Instead of I want or need, I would like, and then if it's not being bringing back to me, it's more so like you're not hearing me. So maybe I need to re-explain, and let's figure out a way as the days go on, because we're gonna live the rest of our lives together. Because this is marriage. This is what you do. But
it's communication, right? Like at the very end of the day, like sometimes I'm just like, listen, I don't want to have sex. I really just don't. I'm just not in the mood. I know you want to, so I have alternatives for you.
I start grunting.
But it's true. Like, listen, I have no interest in like being brutal and not like participating in things. You know what I mean? Like, if you are horny per se, you are like, that's the way it is. Like, it doesn't take much for me to participate in other ways. Do you know what I mean? Or just being clear with you. Like, and I think the longer we've been married, the better I am at communicating it. The older I get, the more my hormones change and everything changes and life changes and brain changes and stuff. And that's not exactly playing in my favor, I don't think, right now. But I have an understanding of being like, you are a sexual being.
Then it comes back to who the person is, who the couple are.
Knowing who you are, knowing what you like, knowing what your needs and wants are, communicating that to each other, and then knowing that maybe this isn't for me. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes maybe I need to step out of my little fucking comfort bubble and do something for somebody else. And whether that's sexual, mentally, physically, emotionally, and this goes for like everybody in your life. But if you can especially do it for the person in your life that's closest to you, then you can probably do it for everybody. I mean, no blowjobs and hand jobs for everybody else, but
it comes back to
sorry guys, sorry.
Who you are as a person.
I'm a one.
And then going back to just figuring out with two people that you're with, figuring out their likes and dislikes.
Yeah.
But
you got to be clear about it.
Dig deep.
You got to be willing to talk about it with each other. You have to be willing to.
But that could be an embarrassing thing,
yes,
which
but
it is.
You have to be willing to be vulnerable. You have to be willing. And if you're not willing, it will never, ever, ever help you. It'll never help you. Vulnerability is one of the hardest things ever, ever, ever to do and be. But if you can and you're willing, it will always put you out on top.
Yeah, so that should be included in the not definition, but the dictionary term. I think we're going to do a podcast later on of just what does marriage mean and what does the dictionary say? It should say being able to be vulnerable.
Vulnerable. Like, you have to be when you first know somebody, like you get naked in front of them. You know what I mean? Like learning your weird quirks, and maybe you snore, or maybe you fart in your sleep, or maybe you have weird things that you do. You know what I mean? Like everybody does. It's vulnerability, and you have to accept it. You have to embrace it. I think you have to be open with it to each other.
Embrace it all.
Embrace it.
And you will then be naked very soon.
Level up. You will level up. You will have an amazing sex life.
Yeah.
Just kidding. I don't know. Maybe.
Just connect with your partner. Find the dislikes. Find the likes. Build off of that. Again, it all comes back to communication in everything that you do.
You will hear one word over and over and over again.
Hand job.
Blowjob.
Oh. What?
You wish. Just kidding. So, money, marriage, magic, and communication.
Yes, communication.
Like, if the podcast could say money, marriage, magic, be like, ...
Just communication.
Communication.
Just communication.
Just communication.
Because that will make everything else
It changes
easier,
everything. Be vulnerable, communicate, love on each other, give a hand job here and there, and a blow job when you have to. And then tell me, please, somebody tell me in the comment section whether you like them or not.
Yeah, right.
Not coming from the men, the women.
All right, we're going to end it right there. It's getting spicy. It's getting spicy. It already has been spicy. This has been a fun episode for us. And we appreciate everybody that's watching. Again, follow us on all platforms. Everywhere you can go, follow us, like us, comment us.
Hear us.
Yes, everywhere that you can watch us, you can watch us. Everywhere you can follow us, you can follow us. You'll see all the links in all of our platforms under YouTube if you're watching us or listening in anywhere. And just hope you guys like what you hear and see, and we appreciate you. And
so much, and love y'all. Thanks for taking your time to watch, guys. Bye.
It's cheaper than therapy.
Yep.